4 losses in a row in the Premier League. 7 games in a row without a win for Man City. Against Nottingham Forest. At the Etihad, by the way. Man City simply must win. But I will tell you guys up front here, my honest opinion. I cannot guarantee a win at this stage anymore for Manchester City. It's difficult, it's really difficult to say with chest. Man City, even at the Etihad, will win. Now, as always, Oscar Bob still injured. Kovacic, Stones are yellow because I don't know their injury situation. So I never give players like this the benefit of the doubt. I always assume if they got injury doubts, they will not play. That's what I always assume. Because that makes for the best tactical previews, I suppose. Now, Pep Guardiola has talked recently in interviews about the potential of Grealish in midfield. That might be reassuring. But first let me talk about the tactics maybe. Liverpool was a chance to change tactics. Pep Guardiola did not change tactically how the club sets up in any significant way. It was the same setup, it was the same style of defending, it was the same style of attacking going forwards. There might have been details that were different, but overall, the style was the same for Man City at Anfield. The truth is, if we did not change how we play for Anfield, with a lot of players injured, we are not going to change how we play at the Etihad against Nottingham Forest, with all due respect, even if we have injured players. Injured players, by the way, who are coming back now, who have been more rested than they would have been for Anfield. Tactically, Man City is also changing. Pep Guardiola has made his decision. The only thing Pep Guardiola does differently is where he places players. So, with that said, this is a must-win game. So, you can probably expect a very strong lineup. Just get that confidence back. Now, I have both Savio and Doku here on the pitch, and my reason for that is simple. Matheus Nunes, if I can find him here, he's limited to the left-hand side. We've never seen him play on the right, at least not for Man City. He's limited to that left-hand side. So Savio and Doku, they can swap wings. They can play left wing, they can play right wing, they can do both, right? So Savio and Doku might be a bit more safe option here against Nottingham Forest. Who else is deep? It's at the Etihad. When we're going forwards, if they're not playing well, just switch sides, try to go again, right? Nunez and Bernardo Silva, neither of them can do that. Now, we have a Champions League game coming up. Nunez would maybe give us more control in that game. Bernardo Silva definitely gives us more control in that game. So I'm reckoning that Nunez and Bernardo Silva will not be playing, or at least not starting, at the Etihad against Nottingham Forest. Midfield here, the front two seems pretty obvious. De Bruyne, I mean, is he injured? Is he not injured? Only Pep knows. Like, come on. That's the thing I've been saying for a while now. Only Pep knows. Whatever the De Bruyne situation is, I do not believe he's starting. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with him. I'm just assuming he's not ready enough to start. Which leaves me with Foden as an 8 and Grealish as a 10. Grealish to dominate the playmaking, to drive the ball forwards, Foden to control the pace of the game, and Gundogan to hopefully not do anything too, well, washed basically. Then the rest of the pitch just seems common sense. Like, do you guys want Walker up here again? Maybe Pep does, maybe Pep sees something that we don't, right? But for me, I don't want Walker, especially if we're gonna invert. I mean, I suppose we can always let Walker play over here and have Akanji step up, or we can have Gvardiol invert, but I don't like either one of them. And I also think Gvardiol will be playing because Ake will be playing, I believe, in the Champions League. Ake gives us more defensively than Gvardiol does, and that's not a dig on Gvardiol, by the way. As a left back, Ake is better. As a centre back, not so much, but as a left back, purely focused on defense, Ake is better. So I think in Champions League, we will probably see Ake, and maybe we will see Gvardiol in centre back and stepping up into midfield, that is possible, but for this game, I do think we will have Gvardiol playing as left back, and then Savio, Doku, I mean, they don't matter which side they play on, really. You can swap them around, like, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me just put this here. You can swap these two guys around. Doesn't really matter which these guys play. Be it left wing, right wing, they can play anywhere, right? Haaland up top, I mean, we don't have any other striker than Haaland, so he's kind of our only option up top. But there have been links, by the way, to Gyökeres. I suppose that's something I can talk about before I end this video. There have been links to Gyökeres. That's not happening. Let me tell you guys, that is not happening. Gyökeres is already 28 years old. Or 27 or something like that. He is not one of those young superstar players, yeah? He is a player who has 3, 4, maybe 5 good years in his career. Really, really good years. You have many players like that. He's not gonna be a really good player for 10 years. Haaland is gonna be a really good player for 10 years, at least, in the future. Gyökeres won't be. So if Haaland is leaving, replacing him with Gyökeres doesn't make sense. And if Haaland is not leaving, bringing in Gyökeres doesn't make sense either, because is Pep really gonna play a two-striker system? I mean, I might be surprised. I might be majorly surprised, but that's not happening. But right, this type of game really makes me miss Julian Alvarez, because I'm like, put Haaland on the bench, let Alvarez play, and let Haaland be rested. Let him play in the Champions League, where I want to focus on. Now that title race is pretty much done anyways. And just see from there, right? But, well, beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. We're gonna have to play Haaland until he falls apart, I suppose. Maybe that's why we have Gyökeres. We will have Gyökeres after Haaland goes into the clinic. He can join Rodri. And then Zubimendi can come in. Zubimendi and Gyökeres will be playing for Rodri and Haaland, while Rodri and Haaland are talking about Ballon d'Ors. One of them the robber, the other one the robbed. According to social media, I won't comment too much. But yeah, tell me down below what you guys think. I'm honestly not gonna predict I'll win. I'm gonna go 2-2. 2-2. Wow, we're so dead, aren't we? I'm predicting 2-2. Anyhow, tell me down below what you guys think of the game, what you're predicting, what you're expecting to see, and if you're excited to see Grealish in midfield, if you think he'll play in midfield, by the way. Because I do think he will play in midfield. Pep has said, like he's blatantly said, maybe I should play Grealish in midfield, so I don't know. Maybe he's playing mind games on us. You never know it, Pep. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps the channel out of 10, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.